Hey guys, and welcome to today's episode of Facebook Friday. I'm your host, Erik. Thanks for joining us. Today we are talking about business growth. And I know for a lot of you guys, your goal is growth, right? As we get into 2020 of next year, maybe it's already next year for some of you guys, but as we get into 2020, our goal is usually to grow, to double our business, to sell more homes, to do something bigger. And that's what I want to get into on today's episode. So let me find my intro and we'll roll it. Hey guys, and welcome. Today is Facebook Friday. We show you guys how to grow your business, how to do more with technology, and just how to do some awesome things with what's available in today's marketplace.
I want to have to go work for a company. I want to do my own thing and have my own potential and have my own flexibility of doing that thing.
That if you don't live by your calendar, you don't have a life. So focus on that calendar and live by it. Hey guys, and welcome back. Thanks again for being here every single Friday morning as we discuss business and strategies on how to grow your real estate team. So coming from being in the real estate business now for over 10 years, I've seen a lot of agents go through ups and downs, roller coasters, from selling a ton of houses to losing momentum as the market shifts, because there is a roller coaster of emotions out there when it comes to selling real estate and how you do your business. So I want to talk to you about some of the ways that I've seen real estate agents find success in their business, and I'll tell you a few of the strategies that we use to sell over 200 homes per year in our own team. So what happens is most people get the real estate license, they get super excited, they work with all their friends and family, they sell probably 5 or 10 homes their first couple years, and then they're like, okay, now what do I do, right? Everyone that I know who trusts me is gone. I've got to go find more business. So they start lead gen, right? They listen to their broker, and the broker says, go out and knock doors and go out and call 100 people a day, or however many people a day they can actually get a hold of. And they call and they door knock and they meet new people and they network, and then they get frustrated because the numbers aren't coming through. So what happens for most of them is they get into the weakness of wanting to buy leads. And I've seen this happen so many times, right? They'll go to a real estate convention, they'll go to like a Tom Ferry event or a summit or something where they can learn about how to be a better real estate agent and how to grow their business and reach more people. And then while they're there, they'll walk by one of those booths that says, hey guys, we're selling leads, right? It could be the Zillow guys, it could be realtor.com, it could be somewhere else. And these guys have this awesome value proposition of saying, hey, you know what? Swipe your credit card every single month, we'll bill you later, and we'll send you a whole bunch of leads. And leads. And they promise this massive delivery of awesome business. And you're looking at the numbers and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get 100 leads per month and I'm probably gonna close like 50 of them. So it's gonna be awesome. And I'm gonna expand my business and I'm gonna grow. And that's what the Zillow guys are there to do. And I'm not talking bad about Zillow. I'm just saying that the numbers aren't always as accurate as they depict. I've been to those conferences and I've seen the conversions that they show you. Typically, a average real estate agent from a Zillow lead will convert about 4% of the leads that they get. So if they have 100 leads that come in, which most agents are not getting 100 leads per month, but let's just say you get 100 leads, you're gonna end up converting about 4% of them. And what that means is ultimately that's how many you end up getting in contact with, not actually converting them into a transaction. The transaction will come later, sometimes 3 months, sometimes 6 months down the road. But what happens is these agents are looking for this immediate business, right? They're looking to solve that immediate cash flow problem that they have. And they're willing to put their credit card on the line to say, look, I'll make payments for a little while, I'll put this on the shelf, and I'll hopefully bring in some business now so that I can sell more homes. Because they realize, you know what, if I sell a $400,000 house or $200,000 house, whatever the home price is in your area, you're gonna make, $4,000, $6,000, $10,000, maybe even more dollars per commission. And it outweighs the cost in their mind of what that Zillow bill is every single month. So they sign a contract, right? And they're committed to 6 months, 12 months, maybe even 18 months. And they start getting these leads, and then they realize they've got to be on the phone all day long. They got to call these leads and they got to follow up with them and they got to send them emails and they got to go knock their doors because they don't pick up the phone, and it's just a struggle. And so now they're back to being on the phone every day, and they're back to spending hours and hours and hours lead generating, and they're looking for that immediate business because they've got to start paying off the Zillow bill, right? They've got to be able to afford it every single month. Is this starting to sound familiar? I'm sure a lot of you guys have went through this. And if you're not going through that, you probably have thought about it at least, and it's been on your mind, and you're still looking for some type of a quick band-aid to the immediate business that you need. When you're in real estate, again, most agents are out. Like, I can't remember the exact number. I want to say it's like 85 or 87% of real estate agents are usually out of the business within the first 24 months of getting their license. Why is that? Because it's hard. It's really hard to sell a house. It's hard to gain a market share. It's hard to get the trust and confidence of your community, especially when you're brand new and you're like, look, pick me, I'll outwork everybody. I'm amazing, I know what I'm doing. And then you look at everybody else who's been in real estate for 10 or 20 years, who's had that experience, who's been in the trenches, who's gone through challenging things. And you're like, hey, brand new agent, experienced agent, which agent should I go with? It's hard to pick that new agent, even though they might outwork the older agent, not the older agent, the experienced agent. The newer agent is willing to hold open houses. They're willing to put out tons of open house signs. They're willing to pass out flyers. They're willing to door knock. They're willing to go the extra mile, but it's hard to gain that confidence in that new agent. So they get desperate. And again, they either buy Zillow leads, they buy realtor.com leads, they buy leads from somewhere else. They sign up for unfulfilled promises. And then they get more and more in debt. And then after a year or 2 years, they realize, you know what, this just isn't working out. I was making more money at my last job. I got to leave the job at 5 o'clock. I could cut all my ties and just be done for the night. When I'm in real estate, I got to work weekends. I've got to answer the phone at night because my clients are calling me. I've got to show homes till 10 o'clock at night. It's a lot of hard work. Trust me, I've been there. I've been in real estate for over 10 years. I've knocked thousands and thousands of doors. Literally, I used to door knock short sales, and we would knock 50, 60 doors every single day for months and months and months and months. We've called thousands and thousands of people. Our team would call 1,000 people every single day. Like, I know what it takes to be on the phone every day. I know what it takes to door knock every day. It is not an easy process. So how do we get past that? I need business today to stay in business tomorrow so that I can kind of ride through this hump until I start getting my tenure, right? Until I start being around for a while, until I start having that experience. I remember when I was brand new at Keller Williams and I was in the office, and all the agents who had sold homes for more than 10 years, they'd usually walk into the office around 10 or 11 o'clock. They'd be there for an hour or two. They'd check their emails. They'd return a few calls. They'd look through their mail. They'd grab all their commission check, and then they'd go out to lunch. And then they'd come back like 2 hours later, usually hang out in the conference room and talk to somebody for a little bit. And then they'd stick around for another hour or two, and that would be their day, right? They'd be in the office for like 3 or 4 hours. They weren't out knocking doors. They weren't picking up the phone. All their business just came to them. And it drove me crazy because I would show up at 7 a.m. I'd get on the phone and dial all day long. And I would never leave the office. I would be lead generating while I was eating lunch, right? I'm recording messages and chomping away at my sandwich and just staying there all day long. I would go out and door knock and be there till night. I would miss my kids going to bed because I had to lead gen. That's how I had to get in this business. And if I talk to any of these older agents who've been here for a while, they're like, yeah, just put in your time. You'll figure it out. You'll get there eventually. I didn't want to get there eventually. I wanted that success kind of, right? Like right now, I was impatient and I wanted to have that business right now. Problem is that I was new to this area. I didn't have the relationships that they did. I didn't have the come to me business like they had. And so I had to find other ways to network and to meet new people and to lead gen. So there is that option. You can pay for the immediate business, but what happens with all leads is they get more and more expensive, right? If you've noticed, Zillow 10 years ago, you could probably get leads for $1, $2 per lead. Now the average cost of the Zillow lead is over $150 per lead. The conversion rate is getting harder and harder because they're selling that same lead to multiple agents at the same time. So not only while you're calling, there's 3 or 4 other agents calling that same lead at the same time, trying to get their business as well. So these leads are getting overwhelmed. If you're running ads on Facebook, right, and you're trying to capture that immediate business right now, you're trying to pull the people out of Facebook saying, hey, you know what, I got this list of homes for sale. Come work with me. I'll be your buyer's agent. Or if you're thinking about selling your home, let's work together. And you're getting those leads too, but they're getting more and more expensive. When you're first to the platform, the leads are affordable and you can have a higher conversion rate because nobody else is there and you're offering something that nobody else is doing. But over time, the water gets diluted, the leads get more expensive, the conversion rate gets harder and harder to do. And that keeps happening over and over and over. And over the next decade, there'll be tons of new technology that comes out. There'll be tons of new programs that are available. There'll be the next shiny object to chase. And somebody will say, just slap down your credit card and we'll give you some awesome leads and you're gonna be able to grow your business immediately. Again, the problem with that is that prices keep going up. There are agents that I know who break even every year just because their Zillow costs are so high, and that's where most of their business is coming from. They're basically writing a check to Zillow for the same amount of money that they're getting in closing costs. So not closing costs, in closing commissions. So they're actually not netting any money. They're just shuffling money back and forth between Zillow. It's a hard business to keep flowing. And as soon as Zillow raises their price anymore, they're out of water, right? Or they're out of the business. They're not profiting as much as they should be. So how do you combat this? How do you deal with, I need to stay in business. I need to generate some business. I need to attract people to work with me. What we focus on around here is attracting the dream clients that you want to work with, the ones that are looking for you you, that like your personality, that like how you speak, that like how you work, that are looking for the attributes that you provide as a real estate agent. Some people are looking for that brand new agent because they know that they work harder than everybody else. Some people are looking for the experienced agent who's been around forever and has seen everything and witnessed everything and knows how to handle any situation. So just because you're new, or just because you're experienced, or just because you maybe came here from another career shift and you're 50 years old and you just started selling homes for the first time, it's okay. What you do is you be you, okay? So let's talk about building a business that will survive the depths of technology, right? As Zillow takes over, as Redfin takes over, as all these new technology platforms come in and try to squeeze that buyer's agent out and say, look, we don't need you anymore. We don't need somebody to come open the door anymore. We don't need a showing agent. We don't need an open house agent. The listing agents will be around for a little bit longer, but as you guys can tell, there's been a big, massive pinch on trying to get rid of the buyer's agent. Not because they want to, it's just because it's happening, right? Buyers look at houses on their time frame. They look at houses online. They search for homes on their own platforms. They're not needing necessarily the buyer's agent to show them houses. And I know you guys can disagree with that all you want, but it's true. You'll see that more and more and more as technology comes your way and as your buyers become more and more savvy. That's just how it's going. And how do you combat this? How do you survive this technology shift that's coming along? You provide something that nobody else does. You provide the human element to it, right? Technology can't listen as well as you can. They can't provide the human solutions that you can. They can't listen when you say, you know what, your clients walk into a house and they say, yeah, we wanted a 4-bedroom house, and yeah, we wanted a 3-bathroom house, and yes, we wanted something around 2,000 square feet with a yard this big and a garage that size. You showed me everything, but it just doesn't feel right. Technology can't figure that out. All technology can do is show them more and more and more houses. But what the buyer's agent can do that nobody else can do is it can call local homeowners and it can say, you know what, I have a client who's pre-approved for X amount of money. They love this style of home, but yours is exactly what they're looking for. Have you ever thought about selling your house, making that offer? They can preview houses beforehand and cut down the 50 houses that somebody's gonna have to look at to find the house that looks and feels just right and say, look, these are the homes that you said you wanted. This is exactly what you're looking for. Let's see if this one feels better, right? You can provide that human element. You can provide solutions to their problems so they don't have to go searching everywhere. One of the things we teach around here is providing content to your audience over and over and over so that you peer and are the expert in that community, right? Go interview your mortgage lender, go interview the home inspector that you work with and talk about the homes that people buy and the things to be aware of. Go talk to the plumber and the HVAC guy and the roofer and all your other subcontractors who know about homes and what people need to look out for. And yeah, the roof looks like it's got 10 more years, but if it's really windy and you lose 20 shingles, what am I gonna do, right? Who am I gonna call? How much is that gonna cost? Can I work with insurance? What's going on here, right? Coming from somebody who's bought and sold hundreds of homes and who's seen just about everything you can find in a house and missing things on inspections and just dealing with all sorts of crazy stuff that comes across in real estate, there's always an unknown. And buyers are nervous about these things, right? They wanna be prepared. They wanna know that you've got their hand, that you're providing the best value that you can as a real estate agent, and knowing that on the other side of that transaction, they're not gonna end up with a money pit, something that they're gonna have to dump a bunch of money into and worry about owning for the rest of their life, right? They wanna know that they've got a sound investment, something that's gonna hold up and provide a safe haven for their family. So that's what you need to do as a real estate agent. You need to educate them on how you sell homes, how you hold open houses, how you stage homes, how you prepare that listing so that when you do get it on the market, it'll be worth more money than every other listing in the area because you made it the most beautiful home that's available to buy, right? You want multiple offers. You want to get in negotiations with multiple offers. That's your goal as a selling agent. So look past the immediate business. Sometimes you need some immediate business to get through the next 6 months, but while you're doing that, figure out how you can build a bigger business, a business model that will survive the test of time. Start producing content, start putting your message out there, start building relationships with your community. One of the things that we're teaching in one of our real estate Facebook groups called Real Estate Strategy Secrets. Go check that Facebook group out if you want to. We're actually building a community Facebook group in that group for my local area. So I still am a licensed real estate agent. I still sell a few homes a year. What I'm doing is actually building a community on Facebook for my local community where I live. I want to kind of be that local spokesperson, if you will. It's definitely a long-term strategy, but we're going to be talking about local businesses. We're going to be talking about the restaurants around here that are unique one-off places, not chains like McDonald's and Taco Bell. We're going to be talking to bike shops and dental owners and attorneys and the Chamber of Commerce Commerce and BNI and going to the Village Fair and talking about the tourist industry here and everything that's local that makes people want to live in my community, right? And we're going to be that central hub of information for everybody. What happens is you turn on the local news, and it's usually like a county-wide effort or a kind of a big metro area. But when you get into some of these little pockets of neighborhoods like mine, right? I live in a community with 100,000 people in this city. They don't have a local news channel because we're too small. We've got San Diego nearby. And so if I just said, look, I'm going to be the local news anchor and I'm going to talk about everything that's going on around here. I'm going to talk about all those businesses. I'm going to talk about the new construction that's going on, about the parks, about the schools, about why you want to live here and what's going on and how to keep your home safe. I'm going to talk to mortgage lenders. I'm going to talk to contractors. I'm going to talk to painters and everybody who has to deal with every element of living in this town and how to own your home the best you can, how to have the best life you can, how to stay healthy, eat places, everything that you can. And I'm not going to come across it as, hey, I'm your local real estate agent, pick me. I'm going to bring the value that people are looking for in their own lives. And then by default, they're going to come back and be like, who's this person who runs this program? Who's the one that runs this group? And what are they, right? And I can put my own spin on information. And I can, of course, talk about real estate, and I can talk about the open houses, and I can talk about new listings that are coming to the market. But that's just be a small percentage of what I communicate. And this process will probably take 6 to 12 months to set up. It's not something that I set up overnight and it's all ready to go and then leads are coming in. But over the next year, as we get more followers and as we hit our goal of 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers or whatever we get to, more people are going to be attracted to this community group. They're going to reach out to us. They're going to know who we are and what we do. And that's how you build a community-driven business that knows who you are. And again, it builds that credibility so that you can withstand the technology that's coming and how to stand out. Okay, so that's what I would suggest. If you're interested in joining our Facebook group, again, just go check out Real Estate, RE, so Real Estate Strategy Success. We call it the RESS group, RESS, Real Estate Strategy, as I always said, Real Estate Strategy Secrets, sorry. Real Estate Strategy Secrets. Maybe when we edit this, I'll put like a big thing here so you guys can see it later. But go check out that group. Every week, we're gonna go through and show you guys how I'm building out the group, how I'm finding content to put in the group, people that we're interviewing, questions that we can ask the local business owners, and showing you guys how to build this group. If you want to subscribe to our local Carlsbad group, it's called Life is Rad in Carlsbad. That's the name of our Facebook group. And again, it's going to be community driven. We literally started from zero. We've got 16 followers in the group right now. And again, our goal is 1,000 over the next 6 months, and we'll see where it goes from there. But that's the kind of business model that you guys need to generate. You got to forget about the immediate business. And of course you need immediate stuff now, right? Hold those open house, get those people who are looking for a house right now, call the expireds, call the FSBOs. Like I'm 100% good on doing that, but you also need to tie that into the longer business. Build up those leads that are 3 to 6 months out. Start putting content on social media so that people are attracted to your business over time. And even though they're saying, yeah, I'm ready to buy a house, it might be 3 or 6 months, you still need to stay in front of them and communicate with them and email them and drop content on them for what they're looking for. They're not all ready to go right now. And that's the problem is when you go back to that Zillow leads, right? And you buy 100 leads and 4 of them are able to be converted, those 96, I guarantee will eventually buy or sell a house with somebody. It might not be you, but with somebody they will buy or sell our house. And it could be, again, a year down the road or 2 years down the road. And if you don't have the email newsletter that goes out every single week, if you don't have picking up the phone and calling them every single week or every quarter, depending on how warm they are, if you don't have the text messages that go out, if you don't have the videos that go out and the blog that goes out and the Facebook ads that go out, you're gonna miss the opportunity to convert 96% of the leads that you're paying really good money for. So let's change the conversion rate of Zillow leads for you. Let's get a better ROI on your lead investment. Let's convert more clients in your community that want to know you, that like you, that trust you, that know you're gonna be the best real estate agent for them because they've seen your content over and over. Let's help you build that massive community that is gonna help you dominate your local farm. So that's my message for you guys today. I know it's kind of a different one, but I think that it can help change your business forever. It can bring you the results that you're looking for. Again, if you're trying to sell real estate for the next 2 or 3 years, you know what, I'm out, like this is just a short-term thing. This is definitely not the strategy for you. You need to go big. You need to like just take massive results right now, build the biggest business you can, and then gone, right? Unless you plan on selling it someday. That's another method that I would definitely love to talk about you someday. We sold our real estate business 3 years ago, and it was awesome financially. It was, most agents walk away from their business because they're like, my Rolodex isn't worth anything. But consider selling your business someday. Think about that. It's worth some money. There's some golden contacts in there that you can probably sell this business to, especially if you have systems in place and automation set up like we talk about. Don't just walk away from that massively valuable real estate business that you've been working on for the last 10 or 20 years. But if you have that long-term goal and you're 5 years into your 20-year journey, or you're thinking, you know what, I'm just gonna sell real estate till the day I die because I love it, then this is the plan for you. Create more content, build more followers, build a community around who you are and the things that you believe in and what makes you unique. You're not gonna do things like every other real estate agent out there, and that's okay. People buy you for you, right? Don't try to be anybody else, just be you, and share that content with your community. We've got lots of content ideas. If you go check out some of our websites, TOS, the Orange Stack TOS University, we've got a lot of great content on there about what to say to your community, about how to communicate with them, about how to write newsletters, about how to drip message after message after message to them over and over and over. Guys, I appreciate you being here. You're probably following along our page, but if you haven't, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Join our Facebook page, join our YouTube channel. We've got over 300 videos online that just teach the same kind of strategy, and I'd appreciate you guys following along and helping you grow your real estate business. Guys, I'm Erik Hammond of the Orange Stack. Thanks for being here every single week. We appreciate the follows, appreciate the business, and appreciate you guys consuming our content. And until next Friday, make it a great weekend. Bye, guys.